Sukhi Hotu, and welcome to the Buddhist Mahavihara's Facebook page. We are going live this evening here from the Buddhist Mahavihara's Dhammadana series, which is a regular series that we've been conducting for the past 2.5 years, ever since the pandemic started. And this evening, we have with us a very distinguished speaker. He's a monastic from Canada. Bhante was with us last Sunday as well. And this is his second talk here at the Dhammadana series at the Buddhist Mahavihara's Facebook page going live. Um, Let me introduce to you Bhante. He's Bhante Chandananda. Good morning, Bhante. Oh, sorry, let me unmute you. Good morning, Bhante. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Bhante Chandananda, let me quickly read his profile so that you have an understanding of where Bhante is and who Bhante is. Now, Bhante Matumaga Chandananda is a Sri Lankan monk. He currently resides in Calgary, in Canada, fulfilling an invitation from the Sri Lankan Buddhist Society there. He had a deep interest in meditation, and after practicing meditation for many years, he became a monk. He was ordained as a Buddhist monk at the age of 31 by his teacher, the most venerable Kiri Orue Dhammananda Thero, at the Pokunuvita Sri Vinaya Lankaramaya in Horana, Sri Lanka. Now, since then, he has graduated with a BA in Buddhist philosophy and an MA in Pali and Buddhist culture from the Buddhist and Pali University in Sri Lanka. Bhante has also obtained a diploma in psychology and counseling, which has enabled him to have a deeper understanding of human problems and also spiritual solutions to them. Without much ado, I would now like to invite Bhante to start this evening's Dhamma sharing. It's a very interesting title. It's called Heaven Can Be Found in the Most Unlikely Corners. Bhante, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Leslie, for the kind arrangement of this Dhammadana series. So, mm today's topic, actually suggested by Leslie, it is heaven can be found in the, very unlikely corners. So, actually, I want to tell you, dear friends, this particular uh, praise. Actually, it is coming from a very spiritually very inspiring book called Tuesdays with Maury. It is written by an American journalist called Mitch Albom, and we are very grateful for Mitch Albom to bring such a very spiritually inspiring uh, sentence to the world. So, why I often tell people that heaven can be found in the most unlikely corners. In this world, dear friends, many people they complain a lot, right? They people have a lot of complaints. To a certain extent, of course, it is okay, but if we develop a habit of too much complaining, it is not so good because then your brain will be conditioned uh, in some manner that you will mainly see the negative things in the world. Your mind will start to fixate on many negative things. And with that kind of mentality, Noble Eightfold Path cannot be practiced because we need right concepts for this path. Let's say thoughts of compassion, thoughts of universal love, thoughts of renunciation, right? This negative mindset of complaining easily it might include and entertain angry thoughts, thoughts of anger, thoughts of hate, right? Now, we have a path factor under the right concepts, renunciation. Renunciation is not revulsion or wishing something to go away, right? Real renunciation is always associated with accepting life as it is. So, as this complaint culture is bit hostile towards our journey, I often encourage our people to look at the bright side as well. Many times I have told my friends, uh, always when there is a problem, also try to look at the opportunity it brings, right? That is why uh, we have a Buddha to show that how to see the opportunity throughout many problems, right? So this is the essence of what I'm going to teach you today. And also, please do not misunderstand me in my saying heaven can be found in the most unlikely corners of life. In saying that, I do not deny specific places or conventional heavens, I do not deny, right? There could be certain specific geographical areas which can be identified as heaven. And also, the bodies of heavenly beings, uh, they might have some different vibrational frequency, so that even they exist uh, very near to us, among us, we might not be able to see them because their bodies are so subtle, right? I do not deny that heaven, right? But I want to point out, I want to stress that even though you get a chance to be born in that kind of heaven, what is known as conventionally a heaven, that itself might not be a great achievement as many people would think. I tell you why. Now, Buddhist literature tells us about a particular god called Mar. He is from a very high heaven, right? In many occasions, he harassed Buddha and his great disciples because he did not like beings to escape this samsara. He wanted everybody to enjoy various pleasures the world could offer, like being born in various heavens, right? But Buddha and the disciples of the Buddha, we know that they have their own argument. They didn't see any essence to delight in this existence, especially to continue with this existence. They did not see any essence, and it was well explained in Buddhism. However, that particular god called Mara, and actually that is a seems to be a clan of gods, heavenly beings, and they did not respect uh, the freedom these Buddhists could make. That is about their own life. So Mara, he troubled in many ways. So happy people do not bully others or trouble others. Those who bully others cannot be happy. That is why I want to tell you that uh, heavenly birth itself is not a victory. It will not solve your problems, right? There are benefits of heavenly births. I do not deny that. Again, our commentaries explain that there are certain gods. They are called Kidda Padusika. That is a Pali term. Kidda Padusika means they are so obsessed in various sports, playing, sporting, to the extent that they even forget to take their meals. The result is they pass away because they forget to take their food. And after that, they are born in nowhere else but hell because they were so deluded, right? Also, there is a certain family of gods called Manopadosika. Manopadosika means they allow so much of psychological pollution to happen in their minds, right? Having observed various pleasures, luxuries the other gods have, they feel jealousy. They feel jealous, right? The jealous becomes so overwhelming, right? They are so engaged in that. They are so engaged in practicing jealousy so that they perish, they die from that state, and they are directly born in a very low state called hell. And actually, among humans also, we have such people. They have so many things. Still, they start to feel jealous. And while practicing that much of jealousy, they don't have a time to enjoy what they have. What a sad situation. So, in short, the heavenly, conventional heavenly life or heavenly birth does not make sure that you have some meaningful existence. If you want to be born in the heavens, please make sure that you are well prepared. You have to be well prepared. You have to straighten your views. Otherwise, you will have many problems even when you take that heavenly birth. On the other hand, I want people to understand that heaven exists, heaven can be found in very unlikely corners of our life. Uh, One very worrisome situation in the human world is people do not understand the beauty of simple things in life, right? There are certain simple things uh, have very nourishing gift to our life that can uplift our being. So here's one example. After I started my meditation journey, I met a very inspiring teacher. Uh, he taught me metta meditation, right? His metta was so powerful. I'm very grateful to be one of his students. So he, in preparing me to metta meditation, and he has a kind of complaint about present day metta meditators, because he pointed out many metta meditators today, they just utter some uh, phrases, right, mechanically, habitually. They do not mean what they say by when they say, may all beings be well, happy, peaceful. It is just like a mantra. In reciting a mantra habitually, you do not, you cannot practice metta if you do not mean what you say in your heart, right? if you do not mean what you say. So this is very important. If you want to practice metta, you must have metta mindset. Metta mindset you should have. So to find metta mindset, he gave me some kind of a homework in which I have to comb my past experiences, and I have to find a moment in which I naturally experience metta or something very close to that. That gentle, sweet, open minded, spacious uh, quality of our mind. Then I performed this exercise. I tried leisurely. I tried to bring up some moment in my life in which I naturally experienced this metta mindset. It was not easy. Maybe in somewhere in the future, I will deliver some lengthy discourse on bringing up this metta mindset. So, as Leslie mentioned, for 31 years I lived my lay life, and I reflected on that past experience, right? And I was amazed to see that one particular experience has been very nourishing, outstanding in my life, right? When I was about 21 years old, uh, I I helped one of my friend to take care of his baby, right? Uh, it was not done for money, just for the friendship. Now North Americans call it babysitting, right? I dedicated some of my time to take care of a baby boy. So in trying to understand what real metta is, um, I understood that particular experience of taking care of a baby, a small baby, was so inspiring. I had metta or something very close to that in that experience, and in my meditation, I could develop that. That's a kind of a seed hidden in my heart and mind. I could nourish that, and I could develop uh, richer, better metta mindset with that attitude. So, um, when somebody asks, if somebody asks that, do you have some spiritually significant experiences of your life? I like first go to the lay life, right? And I would tell people, yes, this babysitting experience. You know what? Sri Lankan culture is somewhat different. I mean, present day Sri Lankan culture is somewhat different. Many monks will not tell you this kind of experience, because what I understand is many monks and even meditators, they want to tell you some very high flying kind of experiences. I went to the forest, I went to Himalayas, right? Rishikesh, meeting very profound teachers. Okay, if you get a chance, go to the Himalayas, go to the forest, but please do not underestimate the beauty of small things life cannot provide you. This is something very important. And actually, I'm not alone in this world to tell this kind of a story. Now, uh, I know one Canadian, again born in Sri Lanka. He's academically very high achiever. He has a PhD for electrical engineering. He is one of the youngest students to earn a PhD in one prestigious Canadian university. He also told me, right, many experiences in his life he has. And he, one day he told me, Uh, when my wife gave birth to my daughter, after some time, I took 1 year leave from my job, and I had to babysit to my daughter. I had to take care my daughter, and he said that was the best part of my life. That was the best part of my life, and he was 45 years old when he told me this experience. So now, just last week, Leslie himself raised a question. To meditate, many people think that they want to go to the forest, to wilderness. Of course, when you get a chance, go and explore meditation in the wilderness. But please do not underestimate the power, life transforming power in small things of our life, right? Because many people, they tell, okay, meditation is very good only if I can escape to the wilderness, only if I can escape from this marriage, from this nagging husband, nagging wife. There are so many things to do in my life. I'm very busy. I have to take care of my children. Everything can be food to your meditation, right? That is why now when we read the Jataka storybook, we understand that uh, aspiring Buddha also, in many occasions, he led his lay life with children, with a wife. So they were there for some reason. Many people just ignore the power of small things which can really help us attain spiritual maturity. In this sense, I want to tell you that heaven can be found in the very unlikely corners, right? Again, now to work with difficult people is nightmarish for many people, right? To work with difficult people, toxic people. Dear friends, of course, we do not like to work with difficult people, but sometimes we cannot avoid them. Then this mindset is very important. It is important to understand that, okay, I would like to give you a kind of a simile. Suppose if somebody wants to strengthen his or her muscles, if you want stronger muscles, you have to work against some friction. You have to lift some weights, right? You can just relax somewhere and have stronger muscles, right? Likewise, these spiritual muscles like compassion, universal love, patience, endurance will grow against some friction. So, it would be very helpful to learn among some uncaring people also. When you work with difficult people, you cannot survive in a wholesome manner without mindfulness. So, toxic people serve as a mindfulness reminder. Otherwise, we easily tend to forget. Right? We always like to live in comfort zones. Comfort zones are not the best zones for spiritual development. When we have to live with difficult people, we get a good chance to hone our abilities. We try to be creative. And also, actually, with the help of this well taught Dhamma, it is a great asset we have. We have this well taught self-evident Dhamma taught by the Buddha. He provides various tools to cope with the situation, to handle the situation in a better, productive way. So again, we find in the Jataka storybook, Buddha developed his aspiring Buddha. He developed his skills by living with difficult people also. It is not pleasant, but that unpleasant can be transformed into wisdom with right thinking, right concept, right effort. That is the beauty of this path. And also, I would like to remind my friends that Buddha compared the life of an enlightened person. He said it is lotus like. Lotuses are not born atop mountains. They they are born in very low-lying areas where all the water, dirty water, various, filthy matter, excreta, everything will be washed away and settle in certain low areas like, marshy areas, ponds. Lotuses are grown in that kind of somewhat filthy, unpleasant areas. The beauty of the lotus is it absorbs all filthy, dirty matter and it transforms all that filth into something very beautiful. The environment is unpleasant. There are worms, frogs, the water smells bad, color is not pleasant, but lotus, which is born in that very environment, it is distinguished by its bright color and also nice, pleasant smell. And also, certain parts of the lotus flower is used in Ayurveda also. It is a kind of a medicine. Lotus is very inspiring in terms of its color and fragrance, shape, everything when they are concerned. So we have to be lotus like. We have to be lotus like. True, our surrounding environment, there are many problems, right? There is corruption, cheating, various problems of difficult people, health issues, stress, anxiety, many problems. Still, we can rise upwards like a lotus does. All what we need is this understanding that we can use these unpleasant experiences also to gain uh, spiritual understanding, spiritual maturity. This mindset is very important. That is why I point out that the heaven can be found in most unlikely places, unlikely corners. In our aspiring Buddha's journey to attain maturity, or when he developed qualities, virtues of heart and mind, in many occasions he chose to be born in the human world. He could make his choice. He could select to be born in the heaven also. Right? He had the virtue, parami, to be born in the heavens. But we often find how he developed his abilities together with his entourage, many followers. He came to the human world where many problems uh, are rampant. Many problems are there. Those problems can be used as stepping stones for your spiritual success. And Dhamma teaches how to attain that noble goal. Again, in this world, we see there is some mad race to acquire more, to possess various things. Many people are behind cheap pleasures of life, material pleasures of life, competitively, sometimes even ruining, they are destroying the environment, the relationships, they are neglected. People are running this futile pursuit of happiness. Happiness, I mean here the mundane happiness, happiness of the gratification of your senses, sensual gratification. There is a high demand for that in this world. Buddha pointed out very clearly that these mundane pleasures, the sensual gratification, that happiness born out of that is short lived, and uh, it is not fulfilling. It also defiles your mind. It is a selfish kind of happiness, and you will naturally have many enemies also because there are many competitors. If you own a beautiful house, a beautiful car, if you become a prime minister or a president, you will have many enemies. However, if you tune your heart and mind to enjoy spiritual kind of pleasures, right, in meditation, in sharing what you have, in taking care of somebody, by volunteering, in your metta meditation, mindfulness meditation, if you develop those skills to enjoy spiritual kind of happiness, that happiness is more lasting, more fulfilling. It does not defile your heart and mind as other earthly pleasures do. And you can earn a lot of good karma. And it also prepares you for a heavenly birth. Those who enjoy a heavenly birth can think of that. So this is very important. Mm, just last week, I explained you that there are certain conducive factors for our meditation. In my uh, about 20 years meditating life in the monkhood, in certain periods, I was blessed with that conducive factors and also arguably good karma to enjoy a very successful sessions of meditation. So sometimes I could enjoy strong mindfulness, all other awakening factors, investigation of Dhamma, energy, rapture, happiness, etc. I enjoy. So sometimes when my mind is calmed down, when there is a lot of happiness and spiritual bliss, sometimes the discriminating part of my mind, it adamantly ask, do you really deserve such a bliss? Do you really deserve such a bliss? Because it is so beautiful, so liberating. I'm not claiming that I attain jhana or the final liberation, but I don't claim such a thing. But uh, certain spiritually very meaningful experiences I had. So my discriminating part of my mind raises the question: do you really deserve such a bliss? Then my wisdom says, yes, I do. Then it asks, um, what makes you competent? What have you done to enjoy such a bliss? Then I reflect, right? All what I have done, in a way, I let go of the past. I did not worry about the past, and also stop worrying about the future. I just learn how to inhabit the present moment gratefully in this present moment. Many people in this world will never think that living in the moment can provide such great, spiritually liberating, very pleasant, life transforming experience. People will look for various in various other places, but in accepting the present moment, to gratefully inhabit the present moment, it provides such a great bliss. If you have faith, you will accept what Buddha said on this issue, and you will invest in this spiritual path. And little by little, one day you will experience, wow, yes, Buddha is right. Most important things of our life are the most simplest things. In other way, in other words, simplest things are the most important things of our life. This is why I tell people that heaven is found is in the most unlikely corners. Again, I have a warning also. What is the warning? Now, having heard this my comment about meditation or some other meditators comment of this sort, if somebody become goal oriented, and if somebody meditates with the sole aim of attaining bliss and happiness, you will end up creating more stress and anxiety. It does not work, right? That is not the way to spiritually blissful and happy experiences. You just have to follow basic instructions with regard to meditation. Because if we start to yearn for, desire for happiness and bliss, there is clinging, there is upadana, there is some selfishness. That is not the way to spiritually meaningful experiences. Just practice your mindfulness meditation and let the bliss and happiness be a byproduct. Happiness and bliss have its their own schedule to visit you. They will come in their own time. You just have to keep on doing your spiritual work, the assignment. So, dear friends, this is why I want to point out that uh, heaven, the Actually, Pali word for heaven is sugati. Su, the prefix su means blissful, good. Gati means those states. So, Buddhism, Buddha told that this Dhamma you can experience for yourself. Sanditiko, you can know for yourself. The concept of heaven is found in many other religions also. To experience that heaven, you have to wait until you die. But the heaven I pointed out, you can see in this very life before your death. It all depends upon the choices you make. Let's say taking care of a baby, providing your attention to that little wonderful creature. You will learn a lot. And some of my friends, the listeners, might not have babies. That is okay. Actually, when I teach in my native language, I often point out that that particular baby was not my biological baby. And also, you know what, now I mentioned about some other, that electrical engineer who told me about a similar experience. That that particular baby might not be his own, because many things could happen. Sometimes, in the hospitals, babies are changed, sometimes on purpose, sometimes by mistake. Still, that life transforming experience of taking care of a baby is not changed, is not compromised, because the meaning of love is to take care. You can make that choice compassionately, lovingly, caringly. You can take care of somebody else. This is the meaning of love. So it all depends upon the way we look at our life and various experiences our life bring to us. So this is what I have to share. If we have questions, you can raise them now.
Thank you, Bante. Thank you for another interesting 1 hour. Sorry, 45 minutes. Uh, I have one question as usual. Bante, what you were just explaining to us seems like you are promoting mundane happiness as in a layperson to enjoy or to feel good about a certain moment or a certain time or span of time. Now, isn't that a little away from the teachings of the Buddha, that we should be detached and not be attached at all to feelings like this? What is your perception, Mate?
Okay, Leslie, I'm not just promoting mundane happiness or mundane experience, but even in the mundane experiences and mundane happiness, it they can bring us spiritually very transforming aspects are there. Now, many people, as I pointed out, they tell us that okay, meditation is good, uh, fulfilling parami, perfection of parami, they are very good, but I cannot practice this dhamma in this lay life, right? I, if I only if I can escape this city life, this marriage life, I can practice this dhamma. But as I pointed out, the lotus is born in a filthy, very kind of hostile environment, but the lotus plant, it transforms that unpleasant experience, filthy matter, into something very beautiful. Likewise, our experience, various interactions, even what people identify as mundane things, they can help us earn maturity into life if we perceive it in the right manner. So many people just neglect the significance of ordinary things in life. I'm not just promoting, I mean, now, whether we like it or not, many people have to deal with their family life and also taking care of those relationships they have to do. But if they learn how to do wholeheartedly without complaining, they can earn a lot of parami and also maturity into life. That is what I want to point out. I'm not just promoting mundane life, uh, because aspiring Buddha or Bodhisattva also experience in many occasions the lay life also. And for sure, there are many things to learn about patience, about compassion, the basic lessons. I think that at least in somewhere in the samsara, that experience, living a family life, taking care of a baby, being a father, being a mother, those things one has to experience, at least in the samsaric journey. So when it is time to take care of the mundane life without complaint, without anger, aversion, without discriminating against that, without without condemnation, it is good to learn how to live that life and absorb some lessons from that. We be those not so pleasant experiences some kind of educational assignment. That is my idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Bante. So, just as a further extension to what you just said, could we then extend this to also if we do experience any kind of good feelings or feelings of happiness, maybe we should then reflect on this via using sati, mindfulness, and then understanding what this is all about. Is that also another way of going about this, Bante?
Could you please explain your question again,
So
Leslie?
instead of just experiencing in a mundane sense and not even like enjoying something in a remote control environment, just I'm happy, but you're not trying to understand what it is. But if you put some little bit of mindfulness into that act or that moment, it could mean a lot of things, as in a spiritual way. Is that true, Pandit?
Yes. If we put mindfulness into our day-to-day activities, uh, it will help perceive the incident in some different way. Not only mindfulness, there should be uh, there should be wisdom to understand the cause and effect relationship, how various uh, seemingly trivial experiences, incidents also nourish our spiritual journey. And also, it is good to have faith. Now, when somebody teaches you that even small things of life can help you uh, transforming your life to the better, you must have faith to accept that. That is also a good quality. Otherwise, always uh, people people always they are postpone their journey, citing various arguments, various excuses are there. They always avoid. Now, let's say now some Sri Lankans, Indians, etc. They some we find many people they want to migrate to a country like Canada, US, or maybe Australia, right, etc., etc. But if they do not change their mindset, even when they come to Canada or the US, all those problems are waiting here when they come here. Then, having arrived here, they complain that, wow, Sri Lanka is better in this way, I miss Sri Lanka. Again, they are not happy. So, if you are not mindful, if you do not mindfully sort out the mechanism of your mind and how to deal mindfully, productively with these various components of our mind, wherever we go, we will not be at ease. There is dis-ease. Whereas if you learn how to manage your emotions and understand uh, that any situation can be used for your spiritual progress, wherever you go, there are better chances for you to be peaceful and also live a meaningful life wherever you go. Thank you. Yeah, there's a question from Arya 10. I think Buddha speaks of gradual training. So before we practice detachment, we need to fulfill certain mundane needs or we will be at loss. We can't simply abolish mundane living as a layperson. Yeah, that is true. Uh, Gradual training is very important, and detachment also we can practice in many stages. Now, let's say Ajahn Brahma also, when he teaches his way of developing metta, I have seen that he take the kind of simile of a baby, taking care of a baby. He suggests to reflect on that. So now the question raises about detachment. In that experience also there is some detachment. There is some spiritual significance in taking care of a baby if you do it with a wholesome heart, if you do not complain. So there is some sort of a detachment, because now let's say my experience as a 21-year-old young chap, I had many other things to do, right? Listening to music, singing, dancing, playing, etc. So uh, I have to move away from that. So there is some renunciation also. So to a certain extent, that is practicing detachment. And then when you find a meditation teacher, he will teach you how to practice some more detachment, and also how to develop that mindset, mindset of compassion, universal love, how to nourish it, how to improve the quality, and you can learn later. And then you can come to this realm of meditation. So true, it is some progressive path. The various responsibilities also, as the questioner told, we have to take care of those things also. Yes, there are commitments, and uh, be responsible for what you do socially. That also important. Yes. Bante, are you trying to teach that we should appreciate all the little things in life that make us feel happy, even in situations where it seems like hell? There is heaven somewhere that we should work towards. Yes, I teach that little things, we have to appreciate little things, not, not just the happiness itself is not important. The happiness should come together with some meaningfulness also, because happiness for doing wrong things also, people might be happy, right? In my experiences, let's say in taking care of a baby, as a layperson, it there was some meaningfulness also. I could nourish seeds of compassion, seeds of universal love in that experience. So happiness itself is not enough. There should be some meaning also, some deeper meaning, in the sense that it should be associated with our wholesome path. Virtue also should be there.
Thank you, Bante. That is all the questions that we have today. Sorry, that we have received today. I think we've come to the end of this evening's Dhamma sharing. Bante, could we then conduct the Anumodana, please?
Okay, so thank you very much, Leslie, and all the members of the association, Mahavihara. So may all heavenly beings share these merits, may they fulfill their good wishes, and may they attain the supreme bliss of liberation. May all our departed relatives and friends also share these merits, may they fulfill their good wishes, and may they too attain the supreme bliss of liberation. आकाशट्टा च भुम्मट्टा देवानागामहिद्दिका पुण्यन्तम् अनुमोदित्वा चिरं रक्षन्तु शासनम् आकाशट्टा च भुम्मट्टा देवानागामहिद्दिका पुण्यन्तम् अनुमोदित्वा चिरं रक्षन्तु शासनम् आकाशट्टा च भुम्मट्टा देवानागा महिद्दिका पुण्यन्तम् अनुमोदित्वा चिरं रक्षन्तु मम परन्ति इदं मे ज्ञातीनां होतु सुखिता हन्तु ज्ञातयो इदं मे ज्ञातीनां होतु सुखिता हन्तु ज्ञातयो इदं मे ज्ञातीनां होतु सुखिता हन्तु ज्ञातयो. By the power of all the merits we accrued, by the blessings of the triple gem, and by the blessings of all heavenly beings who share these merits, may you be able to fulfill all your good, meaningful wishes in this life, and upon development of all enlightening qualities, may you soon be able to realize the unsurpassed bliss of liberation. अभिवादनशीलिस्य नित्यं वद्धापचारिणो चत्तारो धम्मा वर्धन्ति आयुवन्नो सुखं बलम् आयुरारोग्यसम्पत्ति सग्गसम्पत्तिमेव च अतो निब्बानसम्पत्ति इमिनाते समिज्जतु. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bante. Thank you for this inspiring 1 hour. I'm sure all the listeners who are listening to us live really appreciated your Dhamma sharing with us. And we look forward to more Dhamma sharings with you, Bante. And also to thank Bante Sumeda, your good friend, for recommending you to the Dhammadana series. So, with that, we've come to the end of this evening's Dhamma sharing. On behalf of the monks and the Committee of Management of the Buddhist Mahavihara, let me take this opportunity to thank Bante for sharing with us the Dhamma this morning from Canada, and also to our sponsors who have sponsored this evening's Dhamma sharing, and to all the listeners and viewers who are joining us. May you have a pleasant evening and see you again next Sunday. Sadhu.